Motivational Mondays. The topic today is experiences versus material things. What do you think about that, Dre? What's your thoughts that come to mind when you hear this title?
It's interesting, man. So, going back, I had a CEO who would always he always had these one-liners, and they were hilarious. He just drop them, in the middle of meetings, conversations, things like that. And there was one that stuck with me that brought me full circle recently. And he said, Dre, he said, you'll never see a hearse pulling a U-Haul. And so we all laughed, and that type of thing. We thought about it. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Not too long ago, I had to go to a funeral, and the common thread that was shared throughout the celebration of life for this individual was the amount of experiences that she gained throughout her life in terms of travel, being around people, having people around her, and that was enriching for her. She had a wealth of experiences, and everyone that encountered her felt unique to her. She saw everyone as someone she really cared for. She traveled the globe. And I thought about it during that celebration of life for her, that phrase, you've never seen a hearse pulling a U-Haul. Oftentimes we go through life thinking about, we got to get the house, we got to get the car, we got to get, the clothes, for women, the handbag, and all these material things that you can't take with you, and at the end of the day don't really provide any value. So something I've thought about recently, and time again, as I am always tested with getting that new fill in the blank versus having an experience. um, what are your thoughts on that, Smiley?
When you while you were speaking, and I got the visual of the Hertz behind the U-Haul behind the Hertz. I started thinking about when I played football. Call it little Pop Warner football in Pittsburgh, but we called it. We had termites, terps, termites, mighty mites, and one time I just remember talking to one of my buddies. We remember the practices more than we remember the game because we practice 5 times a week for that game on Sunday. But the practice is where you bond with your colleagues, your friends, and your teammates, and the different drills you go through. And so I just remember those experiences of a practice more than I remember the games. And when I think about what you said with the Hertz and the and the U-Haul, I thought about my own life is buying things, or even when you don't travel, you sit there around the house and you watch Netflix now. Or I can't recall the last time as a family we went to a movie theater, but we will sit around a TV and watch Netflix or Hulu's. Those experiences are way greater. Or even the experience of, we went to Texas after the pandemic. My family's from Texas. We went there, and we had more fun in the airport on the way to
Right.
see the family. I mean, we had fun once we were there, but the things you do when you're traveling. So those little experiences is really what lifts your spirit when you're in a peaceful mindset. It's not the material. No one cares about
It's
the gold
true.
on my neck, or the Lexus I used to drive, or
Right.
the BMW. I drive a Honda now, and no one
Right.
remembers like
Right.
how good I felt when I
Right.
got it. I'm riding on the street thinking the honeys,
Right.
thinking I look smooth in my BMW, but they don't care. Nobody
Right.
cares. So that's what I thought
They
about
don't care. Yeah.
experiences.
It's funny, man, as you mentioned that too, because I think all of us can look back about and think about some item that we purchased that, oh, feels so good to have this, whatever, and years later now, what value does that still provide in comparison to, 2 hours with the family doing whatever, watching a movie, taking a trip to another state, going out of the country. Those things you can always draw upon,
Yeah.
and laugh and create memories. In fact, just today, earlier today, my daughter brought in a photo of us as a family hanging out. and we all laughed and joked, and he started recalling different experiences and memories. So yeah, man, those listening, I would just say, as you move through this week, look for opportunities to create experiences, and try to pass up on those opportunities to collect more material things that you probably don't need and will certainly forget about in the years to come. So
Great idea.
have a great week, everyone.